Our objective today is to factor using the difference of squares rule. So we're going to start with a problem, problem 1, x squared minus 100. Now all of the problems that we've been factoring lately have been in the form x squared plus bx plus c, and some have had an a in front of it or not, but they've all had an x squared, an x, and a c term, but this one doesn't have an x term. So what that means is we're looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 100, but also adds to 0. Because there's no middle term, it has to multiply to negative 100 but add up to 0. So two numbers that multiply to negative 100 and add up to 0 are negative 10 and 10. So x minus 10, x plus 10. And that's our answer. So number 2, x squared minus 36. Same thing, two numbers that multiply to negative 36 and add up to 0. Would have to be plus 6 and minus 6. Now there's a connection between the 100 and the 10 and the 36 and the 6. Remember, it was called difference of squares rule. 100 and 10 are related because 10 is the square root of 100. 6 is the square root of 36. So number 3, x squared minus 49, we can break it apart into x plus 7, x minus 7, because 7 is the square root of 49. And the x squared, we just split apart. So now let's get into some more that have some other numbers. So 4x squared minus 49y to the 4th. When we split this one apart, the square root of 4 is 2, so 2 and 2. X squared splits into x and x. Now this 49, the square root of 49 is 7 and 7. Y to the 4th splits into y squared and y squared. And then just like 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3, one's plus, one's minus. So the numbers get square rooted, so square root the numbers. And then the exponents get split apart. So we square root the numbers and the exponents get split in half. So number 5, 100x to the 6th y squared minus 9y to the 12th. When we factor that, we square root 100, so 10 and 10. Take x to the 6th and split it, x to the 3rd and x to the 3rd. Take y squared and split it, y and y. 9 becomes 3 and 3 because we square root. Y to the 12th becomes y to the 6th and y to the 6th. And then plus, minus. We're also going to review a couple of problems like what we've been working on. So number 6, x squared minus 18x plus 81. This one does have a middle term, so it's not like what we were just doing with square roots. We're just going to draw our two parentheses, x and x. This time we need two numbers that multiply to 81 and add up to negative 18. So that has to be 9 and 9. But in order to get a negative 18, they both have to be negative. So let's do one more of those. Number 7, x squared minus 10x plus 25. X and x. Two numbers that multiply to 25 and add up to negative 10 would be negative 5 and negative 5. And that's our answer. And the homework is a worksheet. And you'll have to get that out of the tray tomorrow.